welcome to this tutorial on registering with Texas's TULIP system and applying for your nurse aid exam. The first step is to download or navigate to Google Chrome. TULIP only functions on this web browser and will experience difficulties if accessed through another. Click on the top URL section and enter hhs.texas.gov. From there, we can navigate to the Business dropdown and select Credentialing and Regulation. On the resulting page, scroll down to the link with the title Nurse Aid Registry and select. On the following page, select the TULIP Online Licensure Application System link. This page is the portal entry to the TULIP system. You can follow the previous instructions to return here later, or directly input the URL displayed in your browser. On this page, look for the text that says "Not a member" and select it. This will take you to TULIP's new user registration. On this page, select Occupational Licensure on the first dropdown. Then, scroll down and input your social security number and a valid email. With TULIP, it can be helpful to click outside of the box to submit any new information. When asked who you will be registering as, select Licensing Applicant. Fill out the empty boxes with a red asterisk next to them. You can fill in the extra boxes as well. It's important that this information is exactly correct. Some students are confused by this final question. This question is asking if you already have a Texas nursing aid, medication aid, or nursing facility administration license. If you do not, which is usually the case, just select No. In the gender box, make sure to put the gender you were assigned at birth. And at the bottom, don't worry, you do not need a registration code to submit. Once you've pressed submit, you should get a notification indicating that your registration link will be sent to your email within 1 hour. Here's an example of that email. It'll contain a reminder of your username and a link to create your account's password. Once you click the link, you'll be greeted with a screen much like this one, where you're able to set your passwords based on the parameters listed on the screen. And now you're ready to log in. Input your username, which is your email, and also the password that you just created. Just to keep things clear, don't use the email displayed in this video. This is just an example. Once you've typed in your details, go ahead and press Login. Once logged in, you'll see your information portal displayed. On this page, click NA, MA, NFA, the top right of the screen, and then select Applicant. Under the dropdown, you should just see your name. In this case, you can see mine. Remember, this is just an example. Then you can press Submit. Click the Applications button, and then to the right, select New Credentialing Application. The next page will display the question, do you want to start a request for criminal history evaluation letter to verify your eligibility? Legacy Career Institute does this for you in the beginning of the program, so you can select No. When asked for a license type, select the Nurse Aid application. The next question is asking if you're a military spouse with an active out-of-state certificate and a Texas address. If you do not, select No. The following question asks if you have an active out-of-state CNA license and if you want to pursue a reciprocal credential in the state of Texas. For most students, the answer is no. For the next question, also click No. At the bottom, select Yes to whether you qualify for the above stated requirements. Make sure that the selected examination is the nurse aid application, and then click Next. After you click Next, this will bring you to Part 1 of your application. In the Personal Information section, verify that all information is listed correctly, and make sure to scroll down and make sure you didn't miss anything. If everything is correct, click the checkbox to acknowledge it, and move on to the next part. In the Eligibility Requirements page, or page 2, scroll down and select New Nurse Aid. Under Name of Training Program, type in Legacy Career Institute. Select the according school, and the boxes below will automatically populate. Make sure to also fill in your program's start date and end date at the bottom of the page. You can go ahead and click Next. In the Criminal History Acknowledgement, select both boxes and check them, and then press Next. In the following Accommodation Request page, you can input any testing accommodations you may need. You can answer Yes to preview the list of possible accommodations. If you select an accommodation from this list, you will need to provide legal documentation to support the need for it later on in the application. If you do not need accommodations, select No. At the bottom of the page, read the statement and acknowledge if you accept. On the following page, read the statement fully, and if you accept, check I acknowledge. This is also a good point to go ahead and save your progress, as we've inputted a fair amount of personal information up to this point. In the following attestation page, read the statement and check the box if you agree, and also sign your full name and the date that you're submitting this application in the boxes. In this case, the application is being filled out on December 3rd, 2023. Keep in mind, it's just an example. On the next page, the documentation page, go ahead and scroll down. You only need to submit 2 documents minimum on this page. The first is the accommodation request form. Use the sample form provided by LCI and submit it as a PDF once completely filled out. The other required form is the copy of training certificate. Although the TULIP form asks for a notarized certificate, you do not need to get your school certificate notarized. Simply submit a PDF of the certificate. If you request an accommodation through your selection on the sample form, you must upload documentation that supports the request in the Add Additional Attachment button to the top right. If you answered that you do not need accommodations, simply submit that answer as a PDF, and also submit your copy of your training certificate as a PDF. Remember, it does not need to be notarized. Once your documents are submitted, the next page is the deficiencies page. It's often necessary to refresh the page or specifically select the page at the top bar. If you've done everything correctly, the system will state that there are no deficiencies, and you can immediately submit your application. But if there aren't deficiencies listed like you see in the video, you can address them by pressing the Go to Step button to the right of each error. The system will then take you to the error so you can correct it. Once you've corrected all errors and you have no deficiencies to correct, proceed to the Submit section and you're done. In 1 to 3 days, the HHS will send you an email notification with your exam registration details. If you don't receive your email within 1 to 3 days, contact a legacy administrator to review your application status. You may be prompted by staff members to contact the HHS TULIP support. The information is displayed to the top right of your login screen. Thanks for watching, and thank you for choosing Legacy Career Institute. Good luck on your healthcare journey.